Hey everyone, it's Amy. Welcome back to my channel. For this week, my boyfriend Albert and I go to Paris for our 6-year anniversary. We're going to do the usual, do some touristy things, eat tons of good food and pastries, and even go to a croissant baking class. We also do figure out public transportation, so definitely tune in on how we got from the airport to our hotel successfully, but also getting confused in the process. Treat this as a detailed itinerary on how we went about Paris in 5 days. Hope you enjoy. We landed on a Tuesday in March around 10:45 a.m. from New York. After getting our luggage, we followed the signs for the train station and got in front of the kiosk.
Yes or no?
Let's see it. What is it? A doll?
Which is this?
Yeah, it says strictly personal. It might just be the one that...
Let's see how much it is. $78.
Card too? Yeah. Oh, we get Apple Pay. Oh. The attendant helped edit us to change each card to single quantity, so total is 32 euros for a single trip out of the airport. Oh, nice. Hey everyone, welcome to the Paris vlog. It's March 2026. We just got off the plane, hopped on the RER to get to the city center, and then now we're waiting for the bus. It was actually a little bit hard to find the signs for the bus, but finally we just continued walking in the train station and saw the big letters BUS. And we just followed it up the elevator, and then they popped us out over here, and now we're waiting for line 43 to get to our hotel. The airplane actually landed 1 hour earlier than expected, so maybe we have time for a light lunch and then go about our day. It is 11:43 right this second. So we just got off the bus. Oh, so awkward, because I was doing a lot of research and I said, oh, the ticket from the airport to city center includes, you know, transfers to other public transportation modes. Yeah, we chose to get on the bus. I think the only public transportation mode that the airport ticket does not cover. So we're just literally standing in the front of the bus for like a ride and trying to communicate to the bus driver. Like, I think we were both confused because we're like, oh, our ticket doesn't work. Why is that? And then he was just pointing us to the QR code. And I think he got confused. He thought we were going to the airport, but we're like, no, we're trying to go to the hotel. Anyways, what ended up happening is just that we previously downloaded our public transportation apps. I downloaded the Bonjour RATP, and then we just bought the one-way ticket on our phones. Then the ticket adds to your Apple Wallet. Then we can just tap to scan our Apple Wallet. But very awkward. Not the best thing to happen on the first thing after Paris, after landing, but and Albert says our confidence is shot. We just dropped off our luggage at the hotel, getting some water and bathroom break, and then we're gonna decide what to eat. We literally just got out of brunch, and I think that was a good 8 out of 10. I think my order satisfied both my savory craving and my sweet craving, where it gave me the salmon, avocado, but also the pancakes, which are really good. Right now we're walking to get some matcha so I can have enough energy for the rest of the day. But then in the middle of it, it just suddenly started raining. Many fat drops of rain just popped onto my head, and I thought it was just AC, but no. Good thing we brought umbrellas. We're prepared. Got an iced matcha latte with oat milk. Good stuff. Passing by the opera. Albert expected something very grand, and we're just looking at an ad. We walked by this fancy chocolate shop to satisfy Albert's sweet tooth and ordered a hot chocolate. It's definitely the place to be if you're looking to buy fancy chocolate for friends or family. After hot chocolate, we walked over to La Maison Le Gourmet, where I actually saw so many pastry shops that were on my list in one place. Ironically, the fact that these shops all sat under one roof actually took away the romanticization I gave it on these pastry shops. Yeah, long line here.
Shaped like little bears.
Oh, is that why? I didn't even recognize that they're little bears. Now we're in Galleries Lafayette. People are standing in line for like glass walk.
This corn.
So cute. I feel like that pigeon and there's a bagel one, they totally belong in the New York store, but I haven't seen them at the New York store yet. Yeah. Bathroom decently sized. Nice. We took a 1 to 2 hour break in the hotel and now we're out again. We just exited out the subway for the Louvre Museum. It's closed, but we just want to see the outside. And we're ushered away because I think they're filming something over here. Very cool. You know where we should go? We should go find the place where they broke it. Given today is still our first day, we didn't have any extra plans besides our dinner reservation at 6:30, so we really took the time walking around the city and then eventually to our dinner reservation. We saw someone reporting maybe news and then we're like, hey, this is a pretty good photo spot. Pink Mama is a pink 4-story Italian restaurant. I had a chance to check out the top floor and the ambiance was unmatched, but our seat on the first floor was not too bad either. The first to arrive for us was the ribeye steak, where some pieces were on the rare side, but the chimichurri sauce with potatoes was chef's kiss. The Caesar salad, on the other hand, was a tiny bit too salty, but it still had great flavors. The pizza with prosciutto cotto, which actually is just cooked ham, I didn't realize that. Albert loved the softness of that crust. The dough was just light and airy to perfection. And the truffle pasta we definitely think was the star of the night. This was a wonderful first night restaurant in Paris. Good morning, we're going to a patisserie class. After weighing different options, we decided on Studio Patisserie for a fun croissant baking class. Our experience was fun and memorable. To make sure the timing is right and we get to do all the actual steps of making croissants, we actually do every step in reverse. So we had the dough from what I think is from the previous day's class, roll out the dough, make the base of the croissant, and then bake it. Then we make the dough and fold in the butter. And finally, we learn the ingredients going into the dough. Incoming montage of us making croissants.
We finally ended up with 8 croissants per person, so we'll definitely try to eat them every morning. We will try our best, but we will see. This is mine. This is Albert's. Lunch, we walked right around the corner to a Chinese place called La Taverne De ZHAO, known for their biam biam noodles. The place was overall okay. I would give it a 3.5 out of 5. It's an establishment where you know exactly what to expect, so that brought us some comfort. We ordered the veggie salad, the gong cai, if you know, you know, and spicy beef as appetizers, and also shared a beef biam biam noodles. Everything was alright, nothing crazy to talk about, but it was definitely popular with both locals and tourists. Museum d'Orsay sits at a former train station on the banks of the Seine River and houses art of the 19th and early 20th centuries, including Van Gogh paintings, sculptures, furniture, and photography. It was also cool to find a bunch of people, maybe students, sketching. You can also see a conservation project in progress too. Needless to say, there are so many interesting objects to stare at and admire that I would definitely recommend this museum. This mall just to check it out, but it's not the way. But this is not in our shopping range, nor is it our interest, so we're just walking through it. Some matcha.
€9?
This is the American aisle.
It deserved to be like $3.
The American aisle. Baking soda? So is baking soda like American? More from the American aisle. This is a famous fish section of butter with a variety of flavors. I read that you could buy some, have them package it, freeze it down, and then bring it back to the US. But because we still had other cities to visit after Paris, we unfortunately could not do it, and that killed me. But it was still cool to see. We're so tired now that second floor is becoming my favorite area. Gotta find a seat and sit down for a bit. Not as soft as I thought. Next one. Let's try this one. Still not as soft as the first one I went on, which is the white one over there. I have this pumpkin gifted by a friend. Now, tonight's restaurant is a Bib Gourmand on the Michelin Guide. It was definitely one of the best restaurants this trip.
The Kozy canard and the Marguerite de canard.
Do you want some French fries with the breast?
For sure.
That crust is on fire. For starters, we had the bread and butter with a crazy butter mountain. The bread was perfect for dipping into the sauces from other dishes, while the butter was just okay. The duck hearts was delicious. I love tang sour vinaigrette sauces, so this dish was spectacular. The poached leeks was another dish with perfect tanginess. The prosciutto was just okay in my opinion. I'm not a big cured meats and cheeses fan, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. But seriously, the duck hearts and the poached leeks, perfection. We also got the special, which was their potato pie with truffle, as well as the duck breasts and fries on the side. I've never had potato pie before, so didn't think that much of it when we ordered it, but I have to say it was another flavorful, satisfying bite after bite. The duck breast was also another star. All in all, this restaurant was so worth it. Highly recommend getting a reservation here. We're at Carrefour now. Gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy this for souvenirs. Heard that tastes like the Chinese snack version of egg rolls, so that is what I will be expecting when I eat this. But this other version has chocolate on the top, so it might be better. We just used the machine and we chose pink lady apple and then it gave out a little tag. Today's theme is walking around the city. For breakfast, we came to Le Claire de Génie and got a raspberry croissant. It was good, but nothing to write home about. And on the way to our next spot, we spotted a cherry blossom tree, random, but that was huge. Anyway, the next store is also random, but I dragged Albert to come. It's a kitchen supply store. Should we take a photo here?
Sure.
It looks like we're in the more Asian part of town. There are so many matcha places, boba places, Japanese, Korean. But right now we're gonna go get some matcha. I think it's a Japanese tea house brand, so I think they do a really good job. Hand whisked matcha. Cheers.
Someone needs to tell me if this is Japantown because there's a little Japanese market too. Since we're in the area, I decided to just pop by to see the line, and indeed there is a line. And this is like 11:30 a.m. on a Thursday.
We got to our lunch reservation, I think a few minutes before they officially open. So now we're just waiting here. But it looks like a lot of things aren't open right now. Which might just be like timing or like the store itself, but it's like almost 12 p.m. so I'm surprised a lot of things aren't open.
Mắm From Hanoï is another Bib Gourmand restaurant from the Michelin Guide. It serves Vietnamese cuisine, and what's especially popular is the pho that I got, which includes a stir-fried flank steak with ginger and garlic. You also can never go wrong with fried pork spring rolls. The pickled garlic was also really good.
We give the place 8 to 8.5 out of 10. We think the spring rolls really lifts the rating up, and the vermicelli that Albert got, he thinks it's pretty standard, which is good. And then I got like the special type of pho that has ginger and garlic, and it's like previously I think stir fried with all the aromatics, so I think it has a different flavor than your average beef pho, which is good, but I wouldn't say it's mind-blowing, right? So that's why we get it 8 to 8.5 out of 10. They're a super popular place, so you should definitely make a reservation beforehand.
Down the street from me.
Oh, well, Bedford is
It's in New York. It's right on the border of Connecticut.
Try this one after. You will see it's completely different one, and they're very close. They are only 50 kilometers away from each other. So it's like wow.
This is definitely from France, from PLAQ versus from
cow milk, sheep milk, and coconut milk, and we like the sheep milk the best. We just exited out of PLAQ. I hope that's what the name is called. PLAQ Chocolate. And then we bought 4 chocolate bars. It was actually a great experience because we were just standing in and looking. And then the owner of the store, Nicola, he just walked up and was like, oh, like French or English. And then he basically gave so many different chocolate pieces to sample. I would say we sampled around like at least 10 in total. At least 10 pieces of chocolate, and right now I'm kind of chocolate out, but it was a really fun experience. And he was like, oh, do you guys usually like chocolate? And Albert mentioned, yeah, we like this one in SF. And he was like, oh, Dandelion? We're like, yeah. And he said, oh yeah, we're friends, blah blah blah. So I thought that was a very fun fact. Anyways, he was a super friendly guy, and he had a backpack on. So after like talking to us and like another person, I think from Brooklyn, he like also skedaddled, but with his backpack, and into the shop. So I guess maybe he just came into the shop, like he arrived with his backpack on, and then he saw us, started talking to us, and then actually got to work after. So he probably spent a good couple, like 10 minutes with us, which is super nice. Anyways, it was a really great experience. So I would definitely recommend you go in. The store is also very cute, like very nicely designed with the color palette. But right now we're going to Montmartre. See you there.
JK, we actually went to the National Library of France. There's the massive hall where there's a little fenced off area where you can take pictures in, which is pretty funny. It's free to enter and it's gorgeous. There's also another section of the big building where you can actually study and sit down for free. They also have public restrooms, so extra points for that.
Time check, it's 3:13 p.m. right now. This kind of looks like New York, like by Dumbo, and there's a Brooklyn Bridge over here. If you know, you know. I think from reading around that this costs 1 subway ride ticket, and then I think because they said it costs 1 subway ride ticket, we're like, we can pay for that, or we can walk these stairs. So we're going up the stairs.
Montmartre is a historic hilltop neighborhood in the 18th district. Sitting at the highest point of the city is this iconic cathedral which offers panoramic views of Paris. What I enjoyed the most was actually this lively square with local artists painting, sketching, and selling their artwork. The only vineyard in Paris. The vanilla one and the raspberry one. Do the
the raspberry first because I know I'm gonna like the vanilla better.
Just taste sugar.
That's why it's good. Also, white chocolate. Surprisingly, the raspberry is better. I think I like the Lottery vanilla bean better in the US.
This
I'll get
vanilla's
raspberry next one. Huh? You like the vanilla more? Oh, Albert likes the vanilla more.
Because we had plans for Crazy Horse tonight, we found a spot for dinner not too far away. We walked in right around 5 to 6 p.m., a bit on the earlier side, and it was pretty empty. But spoiler alert, we enjoyed the restaurant so much we came again later.
We're severely underdressed. We got the restricted view seating. It's cheaper and they also ran out of regular tickets. But it's actually not bad. Time check 7:32 p.m. We signed up for the 8 p.m. showing.
Albert couldn't see some small parts of the show, but the seating was still good and worth the discount. Overall, good experience for a first timer. You can tell a lot of effort, various artistic choices, and creative uses of tech and shadows went into it. It did feel like it was more of a one-time experience though.
Today's a rainy day, so we're trying to choose rainy day activities, aka being indoors. It's 1:53 p.m. but we might need to walk all the way over if we wanted to, because it says 10 to 2 somewhere else. My toes are all wet.
Jacques Foussat is a 1 Michelin star restaurant and chosen to be our fanciest meal in Paris. What was fun is that Albert was practicing his French and we were able to get away with only using French up until they sat us and asked which menu we liked, and Albert got stumped. We chose the €80 per person 3-course menu, but they surprised us with some additional small plates before and after our meals. They also upsold us on a 3-cheese dish that was actually my least favorite part of the entire meal. Otherwise, everything else was intricate, beautiful, and well flavored. Would definitely recommend.
It's finally sunny today. Today's also Saturday, which is amazing. line goes pretty fast. It's only been like less than 10 minutes and we're near the front. Well, we got our pastries, but now we just need to find a place to eat them. Albert and I saw the bench, but the only non-wet place is here. So we're just sharing this little spot here.
This is the flower-shaped flan, and it had a really yummy vanilla bean flavor, but I did wish I could reheat it at home. And this is the chocolate tornado.
It tastes like Nutella inside. We also walked into the French bastard. And I really want to get something just because the name's so funny. And they have a lot of savory options, which I like to see. Savory options include like bagel sandwiches, but they look really good. And I really want to go someday, okay, maybe in the next few days. Albert and I are splitting up after tomorrow. Albert's going to go on his class trip while I'm going to stay in Paris for a few more days and then go to Amsterdam. And like the owner, he said he just opened last week. So we're very lucky to even have spotted the place because it's super cute when you pass by. The place is called Urban Therapy. That is pretty pricey. What? KFC, what are you doing? So we came to the Westfield to pee, or find a bathroom essentially, but turns out we still gotta pay 50 cents. Actually no, I think over here is €1 per person. I guess even in malls, the bathroom is still not free. We found the KFC with 4.5 on Google Maps in the Westfield Mall. Oh, long line for Shakespeare and Co. All the trees are not alive. The Eiffel Tower is a bit cloudy, unfortunately. A bit ominous with all the dry trees.
Oh yeah, stepped in the water.
The sun has been on and off today, so we tried snagging some pics for the Eiffel Tower when the sun came out and when the sun wasn't out. Now we're gonna try to get on this boat cruise. They go, I think, every 45 minutes, so we'll see if the timing works out. Honestly, I really appreciate the grass here because without the grass, this whole area would look very, very barren. It's 4:39 p.m. We're moving. What's he have to say that we went to the other day?
Primero que saludar, espérate, que La estatua que podemos apreciar es la del operador Alain. La preparación realizada permitieron descubrir vestigios de culturas antiguas.
It's 5:08 p.m. The boat has just turned around, which means it's been around 30 minutes. Time check, 5:53. We just got off the boat. And now we're gonna head to dinner. We're gonna go to the steakhouse we already went to. And we're both gonna order the filet mignon this time. It's also very cold. We are back. Passion fruit, mocktail, orange juice, freshly squeezed. This place is much busier today. I think because it's a Saturday. The vibe is way better. We're across the water from the Eiffel Tower. We're here. We're here waiting for the Eiffel Tower to sparkle. We're here at 8 p.m. and it lasts for around 5 minutes. We're gonna eat the macarons under the Eiffel Tower. A few seconds left.
Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this vlog and I'll see you in the next one.